Well, I'm very pleased to be here today with the Honourable Minister Meilleur, so that together we may recognize a remarkable achievement that has been more than 20 years in the making. The March 31st, 2009 closure of Ontario's institutions for people with intellectual disabilities is a complex process that began in 1987, when the government of that day started the process of deinstitutionalization. It's fair to say that some of the most challenging work in bringing about this groundbreaking transformation has taken place over the past 3 years, during the tenure of Madame Meilleur as Minister of Community and Social Services. Under her leadership, the Ministry has worked with hundreds of agencies across the province to plan and deliver appropriate community housing solutions for hundreds of individuals, many with complex needs. March 31st is a historic day, not only here in Ontario, but across Canada and the world. The global community looks to Canada as a leader in social justice, and as our country's largest province, this transformation has not gone unnoticed. In joining with British Columbia, Newfoundland, Labrador, and New Brunswick to adopt a community living approach, a strong signal has been sent to other provinces and nations that such undertaking is not only the right thing to do, but also that it can be done. I'm here today representing local charitable organization LiveWorkPlay. We are the Ottawa Area English Language Affiliate for Community Living Ontario, a provincial federation of more than 110 local associations that has been advocating inclusive communities for people with intellectual disabilities since 1953. Many of these associations have been critical contributors to the process of deinstitutionalization. LiveWorkPlay was started in 1995 with the focus on supporting young people with intellectual disabilities to make a successful transition straight from high school to life in the community. Our mandate was expanded in 2002 to include community-based housing. After some 5 years of working closely with families, the Ministry of Community and Social Services, and other key partners, we are excited to announce that as of April 1st, 2009, approximately 50% of the 40 adults with intellectual disabilities that are served by our organization will be living in the community in homes of their own. As for the remaining 50%, most are currently in transition from living in a family home with their parents. We look forward to working with those families and the Ministry in supporting these young adults to join with their peers on the exciting journey that begins with a move to a home of their own. Mr. Meilleur, on behalf of LiveWorkPlay, Community Living Ontario, and the countless organizations, individuals, and families that have been impacted by your hard work and the contributions of your predecessors and the Ontario government, it is my pleasure to call upon Ryan McBride, an individual with an intellectual disability living successfully in his own condominium apartment in the Ottawa community, to present you with this symbolic plaque. Right ahead, Ryan.
On behalf of people with intellectual disabilities, I'd like to thank you for opening doors to the community.
Thank you very, very much. It's a great pleasure to be with you today, and thank you for this beautiful plaque. And so you're living by yourself?
I am.
In your condominium?
That's correct.
Yes?
Yes.
And you're enjoying?
I am.
Yes?
Very much so.
Are you also working?
I am.
Where are you working?
I work for MBNA MasterCard.
Oh, you are? Oh,
I
great.
am.
I know that we have a good partnership with them.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So then you help us to receive our billing at the end of the month? Is that what you're doing?
I work in fraud.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you're not sending me my bill at the end?
I send out letters to customers.
Oh, yes? Okay.
By computer.
Oh, great. Thank you very much for being here.
Stick
Ryan.
together, yeah, and give me a nice smile there. Okay, and just look at me, please. 1, 2, 3, go.
I am delighted to be here with both of you, and I wanted to congratulate LiveWorkPlay today for the good partnership all through this past year to help us to integrate those with developmental disability in the community. So March 31st is a momentous day for our province as we close Ontario's 3 institutions for people with a developmental disability: Huronia Regional Centre in Orillia, Rideau Regional Centre in Smiths Falls, and Southwestern Regional Centre in Chatham-Kent. Through the hard work of everyone at LiveWorkPlay, people with a developmental disability have been able to overcome barriers, participated in the local community, and realize so much more of their personal potential. In 1867, when Huronia Regional Centre first opened, people with a developmental disability were treated like patients rather than citizens. Doctors counseled parents to send their children to institutions like Aurelia's so they could be sheltered from the stresses of everyday life and the judgment of society. And by the 1960s, the government operated 16 of these institutions in rural settings across Ontario. The walls of these vast institutions promised families safety and seclusion. It is why we passed new legislation and invested nearly $500 million to increase wages, strengthen services, and create new community-based supports. And thanks to the cooperation of organizations like yours, communities and families, many people from these institutions are making new friends, gaining new skills, and living closer to loved ones. I have always referred to organizations like yours as our partners. And that's because government can only do so much to ensure that our communities are welcoming and supportive to people with a developmental disability. We can help provide the support people need to live in the community. But as you know, it is one thing to live in a community. It is another thing to be a part of it. So while we develop the policies, regulations, and programs to support more people with developmental disability than ever before, we are relying on your knowledge, experiences, and creativity. Because we need more than just new support of new investments. We need new attitudes. We need more Ontarians to open their eyes to the strengths and opportunities people with a developmental disability bring to their communities. Thank you for leaving a legacy of excellent community-based support for people with a developmental disability in Ottawa. Your work is creating a stronger community for us all. Enjoy watching the Freedom Tour. Although I can be there on March 31st, I'm very sorry I cannot join you today, but you will realize that I'm at Queen's Park because it's a big day at Queen's Park. We are celebrating the closure of our institution. Thanks to the parents, thanks to the community, thanks to all of you, the experts. You have convinced governments, and today I have the privilege as the Minister of Community and Social Services to preside the closure of these institutions. So thanks to all of you, because without your good advice, without your partnership, we would not have been able to do that. So it's a big celebration. We all celebrate together. Thank you.
Wonderful.
And I have
Beautiful.
a certificate from myself and a certificate from the Premier. You see, this is the Premier of Ontario who signed this
Why
for
don't you
your
hold that one?
celebration.
You hold that one, and
Okay.
I'll hold this one.
You know, when we believe in something, and when you become a minister, you don't have, how do you call it, la science infuse, you know. All the knowledge doesn't come
Right.
with the job. You have to acquire
Learn it on the-
Yes, you have to learn it. And thanks to all of you, you know, who were very always so adamant that that was the right thing to do. And we need your collaboration, you know, because what I didn't want to see is to take people from institution to put them in other institutions.
Yes.
So that's why our group home, we have group home, but they're not more than 6. Exceptionally, sometimes they go to 8 when they're 6. So there, it's like, and people don't notice that there is a group home in their community because it's like the same house that the neighbor.
Exactly.
And they're part of the community. So, thank you for being
Thank you.
here. I'm very excited to have received this beautiful plaque, and I wish I would have been there with you on the 31st. But
Well, you
it's
can't
a
be
big,
everywhere.
no, it's a big celebration at Queen's Park.
Oh,
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.